Hello everyone. I was going to work on my fall journals this morning rather, and decided as I was pulling everything out, why not just turn on the camera and let it roll while I work. I am decorating the 3 fall journals. They're sewn together, and I'm just adding all of the pockets and belly bands and tuck spots and things like that, and then I can go in and add all of the ephemera. But this first one you'll see is a tea-dyed CD sleeve that I embellished with some fabric and clip art cutout images, and those turned out really cute. I had never tea-dyed CD sleeves before. This is a shaker pocket I'm putting on the first page of the second signature, and it's got some gold and leaf shaped sequins and confetti. I hope all of you are doing well and enjoying your Monday so far. I wonder if any of you have beautiful fall weather at your location yet. It is just now starting to feel like fall in the mornings here, but it still gets pretty hot in the afternoons. So I went ahead and bought my pumpkin spice flavored coffee. We like Dunkin' Donuts. We like Starbucks pumpkin spice coffee too, but Dunkin' Donuts is cheaper. It's really good. If you have not tried it, do so. Occasionally Publix will have it buy one get one free if you have a Publix near you, but we've been drinking that out on the porch in the morning. That is a little patchwork pocket that I made. I ordered a charm pack from Moda Fabrics this week, and I love Moda Fabrics, but I misread the description and I thought it said 8x8 squares and it was actually 2x2, so they were very tiny squares. I will not be ordering one of those again, but I decided to make lemonade out of lemons, and so I cut them into smaller pieces and made a patchwork master board, and then cut them into pockets for these journals. The paper packs that I'm using, you'll see a lot of the same papers resurface throughout this video, are both from Michaels. I think they were the collection from either last year or the year before, and I ended up making one fall journal for myself to keep, but no more, so I had a lot of paper left over. And the colors are just so rich. The dark greens, there's like a very, very dark turquoise in here, and sort of a peachy coral. So I had a lot of fun playing with those and mixing and matching those in between the 3 journals that I made this week. That is a little vintage flashcard that I turned into a tuck spot. I inked the edges. This is a wallpaper fold over pocket that I put in the center of the signature, and I just wanted to have, I don't always cover the little wallpaper instructions on the back, but for this journal I feel like I wanted to make fall everywhere you look. So these journals are going to be a little more embellished than some of my other ones. So I'm just taking an image from a Ideals magazine that I got from some Happy Mail from Jeanette and pasting it over top of the instructions, the wallpaper instructions there. I thought that turned out kind of neat. Beautiful images in these Ideals magazines. I love using them as pages, but I also love tearing them apart like that and using them in a collage or to embellish the edge of a page. Here I'm going to make a pocket using some coffee dyed lace that I've had for a while. It's a really wide lace, and so it could be a pocket by itself. You can sew it onto a page, but I decided this time that I would back it with cardstock, just because that lace does tend to snag things that you put inside of it, just because the holes are so big. So I decided to make it into a cardstock pocket with a lace topping. So I sewed the lace on 4 sides all the way around, and then I fussy cut the cardstock behind those little mountaintop type designs on the top, if you can see what I'm saying. And then I just glued that in, so when you put things in the pocket, it will go behind the orange piece. And I'm adding a vintage yo-yo that I ordered off Etsy a couple years ago. I had a lot of fall colors in the assortment that I bought, so I'm finally getting to use them. I like to just staple silk fall leaves to the top of pages, and here I'm using my pliers to, my stapler tends to make the staples stick up on the back pretty bad. So I just use the pliers to make them flat to keep them from snagging or scraping someone when they're turning the page. As you can see, lots of beautiful, rich, full colors in these journals. They have been such a joy to create. Honestly, when I started out on them, I was not too enthusiastic about it. I don't know why. Normally I really get into fall colors and the fall season, but for some reason I've been having so much fun with the bright, vivid colors in my retro journals that I was kind of thinking, let's just get these done. But as I've been working on them, I have enjoyed it so much. I really am. And my husband commented that these are probably the most elegant journals that he's seen me make so far. So, not that there's anything wrong with retro and whimsical, that's my favorite style, but these I guess would be considered a little more cohesive or a little more refined, maybe is the way I can describe them. I wanted it to invoke warm and fuzzy feelings of home and the comforts that we enjoy in the fall season. The crispness of the air paired up with the warmness of inside your home, and so I wanted the colors and the images that I picked to reflect both of those wonderful parts of fall that we love so much. I'm making a belly band here using an image from one of the first pages of a Reader's Digest book. When I disassemble those, I use them as glue books, so I'll use them as a little pad to glue onto so I don't get my workspace yucky. And I will normally, any of the really nice, fun images, as well as the little book plates at the beginning, I always pull those out and save them. So I'm going to be able to use those in these journals, and I'm excited about that. I love the torn edge belly bands. I've put one in each of the 2 larger journals that I made. The base of this journal that I'm working on right here is a Gwen Frostick book, who is a block artist, I think that's what it's called, who hails from Michigan. And I think she published 8 or 9 books total. So some of the original book pages are in this journal as well. The book was very damaged by moisture when I bought it. I bought it at a very, very, very low price at a local bookshop, and so I was able to salvage a lot of the pages that were not damaged, cut up and use the good parts of the ones that were, and then as you can see here, once I covered over the end papers, the book cover itself was the perfect journal cover for these journals. The other one that I made, and you'll see it in a second, is from a Reader's Digest North American Wildlife book, and it's this beautiful sage green with a little gold squirrel on it, and I used vintage upholstery fabric as the spine on that one. I think it turned out great, and I'm probably going to decorate the cover a little more on that as well. The Gwen Frostick book cover is pretty, as you can probably see when you saw the front, it is very detailed, and so I probably will add little to nothing else to that because it stands alone. Here I am just taking those little book plates from the Reader's Digest that I was talking about earlier, and I'm making a little more embellished book plate to go on a pocket in the front of each of the two larger journals. In this video, I'm not showing the third journal because I haven't even gotten to that one yet. The two that you'll see in this video are the ones that are the same exact size, and so I was trying to get those complete before I moved to the other one. Here I'm going and grabbing my box of brads in my little mouse pad. I use a mouse pad and an awl to go ahead and pre-make little holes for brads, and it works out really well. I ended up getting a huge bag of these brads at a local antique shop. One of the booths had some scrapbooking and card making items, and evidently the person was done with brads, and so I was able to get a bag of so many of them, and then I had to come home and sort them all, and that's what you see there. That was probably a 2 or 3 hour job, but it's done now, and I have them labeled and in colors, individual color boxes, and it makes it a lot easier when I want to embellish something. Tell me in the comments, what is your favorite part about fall? I would love to know. There's too many things for me to pick just one. When I was little, I would have said jumping in the leaves. My dad and my grandpa both would rake up big piles and just let me jump in them. And now that I'm, an adult and have to rake my own leaves, I realize that was really a gesture of love, because you have to basically start all over after that. So I'm really grateful that they let me enjoy doing that. This little pumpkin paper is so cute. That's also from one of those Michaels pads. I love it so much. I think I only have one page left. I tend to use Fabri-Tac on most of my pockets just because a lot of times when they get to the curve on the inside of the book, they want to pull away, and I don't want to risk that once the journal is in the hands of its new owner. So I use my heavy duty glue for large pockets like that, and then I use my glue stick or my tacky glue for smaller things like journaling cards. Here's the other one, the green one with that was the American Wildlife book. And I'm measuring it to see how to cut the pocket. Lots of fun little laces and pom-pom trims and ruffles sticking out of these. And to be determined at the end is what type of closure there will be. I probably will do the grommet with the ribbon pulled through, but I'm not entirely sure. It really depends on how full they end up becoming. Thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of your comments. I read all of them, and I look forward to the next video. Talk to you soon.